There is definitely a movie in Warne.
He made himself part of it all. He realised that cricket and being out on a cricket ground like here at Lord's, you know, you are centre stage and you are trying to entertain people. It's not just about winning, it's about people paying the money to watch and getting their money's worth. And definitely watching a spell from Shane Warne bowl, even if he didn't get a single wicket, you got your money's worth.
Perhaps what was revolutionary was the kind of showbiz he brought to the occasion. You know, he was a very magnetic personality. When he was bowling, you kind of felt there was real ownership of the moment there from Warne.
Warne had quickly become the focal point for all opposing teams. His every delivery was meticulously scrutinised before play, but still the wickets came.
He played a few mental games. There'd always be at the start of the series, he'd come up with some brand new delivery, the Zoota, the Hooter, the whatever he would come out with, and we would laugh and we'd try and get video analysis and get the coach Fletcher or someone, come on, get us some, you know, footage of this new delivery, and you'd work out it'd just be the one that doesn't turn or something. So there would always be mind games.
It was the amount of spin that he got. It didn't matter too much whether you picked his googly. He didn't bowl many googlies, but the problem with him for all batters was accuracy, dip, make it swing in before it ripped away. And I never saw him on any surface that he didn't spin it.
And what a wonderful change of pace that was. That's the real art of leg spinning.
Well, it's a marvellous piece of bowling from Shane Warne.
Warne was really easy to pick. You know, you can pick him from the clubhouse. And that's what makes him even better than his statistics. And I think Glenn McGrath the same, you know. Warne, you could see every batsman bar Darrell Cullinan and Robin Smith, I think, could see what was coming. And yet they couldn't do anything. He still got 700 odd out, you know, so that's how good he was.
Oh, and hit the pad, yes, he's got it!
It's no surprise that Warne's name is also among Test cricket's very few hat-trick men.
Oh, and that's out, caught behind, yes, he's got it.
I mean, hat-tricks are so rare. He was one of those bowlers, he was always going to do something like that.
Oh, he's got him, yes, he has, he's got him, it's a hat-trick. That's a hat-trick to Shane Warne, a great moment in his career.
And, you know, a 10-wicket haul in an innings or, you know, something special. He was always going to produce something special, and, yeah, getting a hat-trick, particularly against England, that's the one to do against, the old foes.
He wouldn't shy away from any situation, whether it be against an England team in the Ashes or up against Brian Lara, West Indies, or Sachin Tendulkar. He would love the challenge of coming out on top, and he did. You look at his wickets, he did.
Warne was very smart. You know, so he used the psychology of the game as well. He would pick on certain players who he felt might have been a bit temperamental or had a short fuse or would react to the odd little word here or there. He didn't say much to me because I'm kind of quite a calm, unflappable type of a character, but for example, to Nasser Hussain or Mark Ramprakash, he might just try and chirp away and chip away.
He was very honest with the batsmen. He sort of told them quite a lot of times, I'm going to do this. If you want to have a go, you have it. And he'd deliver exactly the same, but the batsman would be thinking, oh, is he double bluffing me? You know, but we've never seen a spinner, let alone a leg spinner, have the confidence like that.
Oh, beautifully bowled. That's a wonderful delivery from Shane Warne.
At the 1999 World Cup, Warne cemented his position as the world's best bowler. Through sheer force of will, he took control of the semi-final against South Africa, demonstrating not just his talent, but his desire.
When he got that wicket, he sort of marched down the pitch and he said, come on, you guys. And you got the feeling, hello, Warnie's going to drag him with him here, because Warnie always believed the match could be won. Saying it is one thing, that can sort of drag him along a bit, but then when he got the other wickets, I think that's when everybody in the Australian side suddenly started to think, oh, we can win this.
There are moments in cricket matches, particularly like those big games, that you can just say, OK, that's where the game changed, and that's what Warne did so often.
4 wickets for just 29 runs against South Africa were followed by 4 for 33 in the final against Pakistan. mesmerising spells of bowling, which led to 2 Man of the Match awards and Australia being crowned world champions.
Oh, well bowled, it's gone right through Ijaz. So Shane Warne continuing on where he left off at Edgbaston. A big shout, there was a noise, yes, he's been given.
On the field, Warne led a charmed life. He was the world's best bowler, and with that came the plaudits. Nobody could deny his amazing talent, but the pressure to perform would take its toll, both on and off the field.
He had no antenna up there to warn him, you know, what you're about to do could be a little bit silly and could lead to trouble, Warne.
He stood there with the stump and waving around and all that, you know, and he was on the balcony doing his little dance that he did. And the Barmy Army used to give him absolute heaps. They had about 50 songs about Warne, most of which you can't repeat. But Warne loved it. Warne would go like that to him.
People got to know him a little bit more because of the media, and he didn't take on board the fact that I probably need to change in certain ways to play the game, and that's what got him in hot water every now and then.
In 2000, Warne was the only active cricketer named as one of the 5 cricketers of the century by a 100-member panel of experts. He was in good company, alongside Sir Donald Bradman, Sir Garfield Sobers, Sir Jack Hobbs and Sir Vivian Richards. But his off-field activities attracted unwanted headlines, and despite his record-breaking statistics, Warne was on a collision course with the game's administrators.
Yeah, there was a period there where it became SK Warne v Cricket Australia. There were some significant misdemeanours, and that was unusual that it wasn't the captain that was stirring up Cricket Australia. He was a player. He was just a player, but that's how significant a player he was.
He seemed to be impervious to all the criticism that was flung at him over the years for all of his misdemeanours. And the tragedy of that, of course, was that he excluded himself fundamentally from the Australian captaincy, and he would have been a great captain. I mean, that's acknowledged by everyone, strategically and tactically, a gifted man, a gifted cricketer.
I'll bet whoever was captain at the time, whether it be Mark Taylor or a bit of Steve Waugh, Ricky Ponting, I bet they tapped into him. And of course, if any of them went off and he became captain, he'd change everything, change the ball, he'd change the fielders, just do his little thing, yeah.
He's your go-to man, as far as, even if you're talking tactically as a captain, he would be the guy that you'd go and run things by.
I did see him captain a few games, a few one-day internationals, I think, when Steve Waugh stepped down for a while. And I thought he was great. He was interesting, exciting.
I think he captained quite a few times Australian one-day cricket, and you know, just a flawless record. He's got those instincts that you know, that he can bring certain things to the table, inventive. And instinctive sort of captaincy.
I'm sure the Australian Cricket Board were frightened to death of giving him the job.
Warne was a key figure in Australia's unprecedented success at both Test level and in the one-day game. But a